Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody.
Rivah TV. What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So I actually was sent this video from the wonderful world of TikTok. I have not watched this video whatsoever. Okay, the only thing that I've seen is why do you want to be married, and that this woman is clearly crying. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into the video. I'm gonna make sure I press pause and play and give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation.
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point, you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just, like, not thinking that I made the right decision. Like, and I have a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality.
I promise I'm gonna let her continue. Okay? I promise I'm gonna let her continue. One thing I can say is I can guarantee that whatever that smoke is coming from is probably some of the cause of the emotions that she's feeling right now. Okay? That's just, a tidbit of just from my outside opinion looking in. I can guarantee that is probably one of the sources of your problems, although you believe that it might be solving your problems. It's not. It is not doing anything. Number two, so far, she's saying that she has this good husband. She's been married for 7 years. He's not even doing anything wrong. She just doesn't know if it makes sense to, think about or have to care about somebody else. And it's so interesting because women are the ones who are like, I'm not going to be no forever girlfriend. You're not just going to be hanging out with me. You're like, where are we going? Only to get to the point that they so desperately wanted to be in. And then be, overwhelmed or no longer want it anymore after they were pressing that man to get there with them. It's ironic.
You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, at all. I've always had a dream of, like, getting out of my hometown, like, city, and moving on, like, moving forward. Like life is supposed to be experience. Like, we're supposed to be doing new things and traveling and all that, and I do all of that. But at some point, like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like,
what a great wife, right? Like, clearly she's not the problem. Couldn't possibly be her. The fact that she is even venting to strangers and posted it on the internet under the guise of, venting to her followers about said amazing husband. Like, obviously she can't be the problem. Couldn't possibly be her. And I hear so many women talk about this thing of losing yourself in your marriage, or losing yourself, and you have to do all of these things, and you have to be available and all these things. A lot of times women have a really hard time understanding that the idea that you have of marriage and then the marriage that you create are most of the time two very different things. A lot of women really believe that marriage is, I have to be a doormat. I gotta be a slave. I can't have no time for myself. I have to just, diminish myself and minimize myself and just, do whatever it is that he wants me to do. And that's really not it. A lot of times, the stuff that women complain about in marriage is stuff that men have never asked you to do. You've done that because of your own interpretation of what marriage is. Some of the things that these women are complaining about or cry about, or I have to do all these things, I'm stressed out. Sometimes these things are stuff that were never asked of you. You stress yourself out to do it and then resent him when he wasn't even the one who put that stuff in your mind.
Always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that. And I don't know, like,
why can't you have a moment to yourself? Like, this doesn't sound... You look like you have a moment to yourself right now. Ironically, as you were saying that you never have a moment to yourself, here you are talking bad about your relationship and your marriage by yourself in your car. Having a moment to yourself that you said that you never get a chance to do that.
It's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself.
To me, I'm going to let her keep speaking, but to me, it just seems like there's maybe a point or a pivot of growth that she is wanting to skip the process of. And so in her wanting to skip that process, all these feelings are coming out because it's really, her having to shed maybe old traits, old habits, old whatever it is to, get to the better version of herself. And she's fighting against that. And so it's easier, right? When change is upon you, it's easier to run back to comfort. It's easier to go back to what you know. No, it's easier to, throw in the towel. That's easy.
And there's gonna be out there that say like, oh no, you should no, like, be weird and not a real ass couple. But I really want girls to know, like, even if it's absolutely worth it, I don't think it is. Even if you found the most perfect man, it's not worth it. It's not, like, it's always gonna be best to just, like, be alone. And maybe that's why so many men tell older women they're gonna die alone and be so sad. I'm sad with a great man. Like, maybe it's just like not my personality. And like I know girls are out there and they're like dying for like a relationship like mine. Like, he takes care of me, but like, I'm sorry, you can't, like, I can't even really barely deal with myself and my own emotions.
I see that. I can genuinely see that. You can't deal with your own self and your own emotions. I can genuinely see that this is a you issue. But my problem is that when people come onto the internet and they have a you issue, and then they are telling other women who want and desire to be in these situations, want to be married women, oh, it's not worth it. You don't need to do it because of what you have going on.
Everyone you know is literally a liar. Your parents, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your preacher, everyone is a liar. Everyone is putting on a front that everything is perfect because that's just what they were trained to do. No one's ever going to tell you what's really going on in their life because they're afraid of being in shame. A lot of people operate in a system where, like, if they aren't seen in a certain light or in a certain image, that they are perceived as a bad person. This is why I would never have children, because a lot of mothers lie to a lot of women saying that, oh, motherhood is like the greatest thing that you could do in your life. When in all actuality, the only reason why you're saying that is because you don't want your children to know that you them.
This would be a different conversation if she came on and she was like, man, I thought this is what I wanted, only to realize it's actually not really what I want. And, before you guys get married, make sure that you have the ideas, make sure that you know that you have to care about somebody else. Make sure you have to, not telling everybody, oh, if you aspire to marriage, it's not worth it. This ain't what you want. Like, even the guy that's so good and takes care of you. No, this is a you issue. You're going through something. You have some problems that you have to work through. Emotional instability or stress or pain, whatever it is. But you're projecting that onto all married women. And so it's not just single women keeping women single. Now it's also married women keeping women single. And again, these are the same women who push for marriage, right? Like they get into these relationships and they're like, oh, you better put a ring on it because we've been together for 5 months, 37 days, and I'm not going to be here waiting forever. Man marries them. All right, cool. We made this decision. We're going to be together for life. I'm here to protect you, guide you, lead you for life. I got you. And then here she goes a couple years down the line like, wait, I know I said I wanted this, but so what kind of, what kind of ground do men have to stand on when it comes to this marriage conversation?
Imagine somebody that you know for such a short amount of time, because you're never gonna know that man like you think you do, and that's just not in a negative way. Like, I just don't think marriage is for me. And I'm tired of it, and I don't know what else to do, because it's just like imagine living a fairy tale and it's nothing like you imagined it. You're living your literal fairy tale, and it's not what you want. It's not what you want. Even if you think that you want it, even if it's exactly what you dreamed of, it's still just, I don't know.
I think that one of the main disconnects that I see between women of today and women of before, the women who were dedicated to their husbands and their families, and they were leading by example, and they were classy and elegant and structured and all these things, is that, I think she needs to put that little smoke thing down. She need to pray. Okay, and I'm being funny, I'm being comical about it, but a lot of women have lost the essence of exuding a certain energy and certain qualities, and especially a certain balance of spirituality and physicality, right? Like a lot of our older, I'm just gonna be straight, like our older mothers, church mothers and stuff like that, like they were so occupied, first of all, okay, always had something to do, but always had this heart of like a giving heart and empathetic and sympathetic, and were able to juggle these things because of grace. You over here in the car, boohoo crying, talking to strangers on the internet about your husband. First of all, as a wife, just keeping it real, you're supposed to be protecting him the same way he protects you. Now, this video going viral, people gonna see his wife that know him and see her boohoo crying, calling him like, what you doing to her? Why she acting like this? What's going on?
What happens when I tell him this? Nothing. These are my feelings. Like, I don't know who you usually have conversations with where there's like a reaction or an outcome to how you express yourself, but over here on these parts, baby, we take people's feelings into consideration, and then that's it. We can have a conversation about it, we can come up with a solution, but I can have these feelings and express them, and they're not be a consequence, not be a reaction to how I'm feeling. I think a lot of people actually need to understand that, it's okay to have negative feelings towards something and not act on it.
Like I said before, these are the same women who want to get into marriage, and you know what it's going to take for her to see? When if this man decides, okay, after this video that he is now going to leave her, divorce her, and give her what she wants, I can guarantee that this woman will be happy for a short period of time, and these emotions are going to come right back. And she's going to say, I should have appreciated what I had. Now I'm looking for this guy who's going to take care of me, and I can't find these men. Where are all the good men at? I can guarantee, I've seen it too many times. Too many times. And it's so unfair to that man, to be honest. It's super unfair that he's invested his resources, his time, his energy. I'm sure he's made sacrifices. And, it's such a privilege. And I'm going to say this, I don't care what people, think against it. As a woman, it is such a privilege to have somebody that is looking over you.
At some point, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, always.
It's such a privilege having somebody that can check in with you. It's a privilege. As women, we are able to be covered and protected as children forever. Somebody who's looking out for you, somebody who knows where you going, where you at, how long you're intended to be in there, so they can make sure that everything is good with you. Somebody who can, just like I said with the feminine, sometimes you have so many thoughts going on, you overwhelmed with this and that. Somebody who can just stand there with a man who's has a structured mindset naturally, can just organize all that chaos. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to have somebody who is standing 10 toes down for you. It's a privilege. And if she feels, okay, that she don't want to be married no more, and it's not what she bargained for or whatever, in my personal opinion, I think in this situation, she would be doing this man a service by telling him these things, not us, telling him these things, and by ending that situation so he can get with somebody who is not going to be as much as of an emotional burden for him. Because it's somebody who is level-headed, somebody who is, in the same path as he is in, or at least that he can have less stress. Okay? Even if he just want to go out there and do his own thing, at least he can have less stress knowing that he is not, in a sense, laying down with somebody who's kind of like the enemy. Okay? Because she don't really want to be with him. She's miserable checking in. She's upset. She said she has no time alone. Again, she's literally alone right now.
It's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself.
However, this woman is not talking about ebbs and flows of experience. This woman is saying that there's literally nothing wrong. And she's the one I can guarantee. Because she said this was her fairy tale.
Like, imagine living a fairy tale and it's nothing like you imagined it.
I can guarantee that she's the one who pushed this idea of marriage. He agreed, gave you what you wanted. Now, in the midst of it, nearly 10 years in, you about to mash up his whole plans, okay? His life, his structure, the idea of normalcy for him at the moment, because now, all of a sudden, it's become a problem. And I'm going to say it again, like the first thing I said in this video, I believe that little smoke-inducing thing is the start of this woman's problems. I'm just going to tell you my opinion. Because if you already are emotionally feeling a certain way or emotionally unstable or going through things or easily stressed out or easily overwhelmed, that is not helping you. That's aiding to your problem. Whether you want to believe that or not, it's the truth. It's crazy. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this entire situation. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
Rivah TV.